Hi, my name is Johana Simão. I am a 17-year-old student living in a very small Portuguese island called Madeira, which is in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean and is famous for its breathtaking views, wonderful gastronomy, and outdoor activities. Today, I am participating in the EF Challenge 2019. Let's start, shall we? So, the question this year is, what are your hopes for the future of our society? Well, in order for me to answer this question, I first need to explain what society is. I'm pretty sure we've all heard about this word before, right? However, not everybody has a clear idea on what it means. And I think that in order to formulate an honest opinion, we need to understand it. So allow me to introduce you to its origins. Society is an abstract concept of the mind. The term came from the Latin word societas, which in turn was derived from the noun socius, meaning friend or at least civil individuals. Now, wait a minute, you're probably asking yourself, what? Friendly, civil, that's not the idea that I had in mind at all. And let me tell you that you're not the only one who thinks about it this way. As we all know, over the last few decades, the meaning of society has been deteriorated. The cause behind this involves many problems that we as individuals are forced to face every single day. When waking up, the first thing we do is check social media. Immediately we're faced with an unobtainable reality. We go to school or to our jobs only to be discriminated by people no different from us. We work tirelessly in hopes of improving our own lives, yet there are still many of us who are living in the midst of poverty as a result of the partial, disruptive, so-called leaders who shamelessly hide themselves behind the walls of corruption. We're all humans, and like Anne Frank once said, in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. So when I think about my hopes for the future, I think about freedom, justice, and equality. I think of the great leaders that have left a footprint in this world, and I think of the new generations that are about to come. I see in our world the potential of a new Mandela or another Rosa Parks. I see the rise of women and the end of the black and white segregation. I see us moving forward and making progress the same way our ancestors did. And I hope the role models such as Martin Luther King Jr. will be smiling down at us, proud of how far we've come, knowing that their efforts were worth something in the end. I truly believe that if there's a time to make a change, that time is now. We're far more advanced than ever before. We live in a world where if we wanted to, there would be no barriers holding us back from coming together as one. Our access to information and our almost daily pivotal discoveries show that when we truly want something, we seem to be more than capable of meeting those goals. My hope for the future is that we use this power for the good. Media is one of the tools that we can use to make an impact in this world. Look at Malala, for example. She's a Pakistani activist and the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner in history. Her story made itself heard when she was only 15. She was able to communicate with millions of people through the use of social media, encouraging others with her own acts of bravery. I hope that in a not-so-distant future, we follow an example like such. I hope that we lift our voices and share our inspiring messages with one another. I hope that we no longer feel the need to tear ourselves apart, to kill and hurt others for what some of us think is justice, although justice does not and will never equal to violence. Finally, I hope we get to a point in life where we no longer have to keep hoping because it is no longer necessary. Our society is beautiful, wholesome, strong, and capable of big things. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise because there's no doubt about that. So let's stop looking at it as a working puzzle, but instead as a working process. Yes, we may not be where we want to be, but we can get there if we all contribute to it. And if you ever find yourself in a place of doubt, think about this. We all want to see a change in this world, but no one wants to be the first one to step forward. However, if it's not you, then who? If it's not now, then when? And remember that education is and will always be the best and the most powerful weapon we can use to change our world.